Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome to my table of three. I'm Carrie and today for Meal Prep Monday, I am going to show you guys how to cook 2 meals for the week without setting any extra side time for meal prep. It's really simple. I'm just going to show you a recipe that I cooked yesterday for our lunch after church, and I just made a large batch and I froze a batch for later in the week, actually tomorrow, Tuesday, because I have a homeschool meeting to get some things planned for our year with our big homeschool group, and my son and my husband are going to make dinner. I'm going to need dinner that night, so I'm going to pull out this pan that I put in the freezer on Sunday for them to eat on that night. So come with me and I'll show you how I did that with no extra time taken out of my schedule. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how I prep a meal by cooking lunch today. Today is Sunday for us. You'll be watching this on Monday for Monday meal prep. I'm going to use this ground sausage that I got reduced. It was frozen when I bought it and I've kept it frozen. So it was almost 3.5 pounds for 25 cents a pound, you guys. And I got this whole 3 pounds and 40 ounces for 85 cents. So this is going to make 2 meals for my family, including the cheese and the tomato sauce I made, for under $5, guys. So I'm super stoked, and I'm going to show you. I don't have a lot of time this week for food prep, but I know I have Tuesday night when I have a homeschool meeting to kick off our homeschool year. I'm on the planning committee, so we have a planning meeting Tuesday, so I'm going to cook an extra one in this little pan over here for my boys that night, because we'll be having dinner at the meeting, and they'll need dinner here. So that'll be good for me to pull out, throw in the oven, and my husband will just heat up a vegetable to go with it. This is going to pan I'm going to use today for after church, and I'm doing this all between getting ready for church and heading out. So let me show you. First, I'm going to season this with salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and some dried, you can't really see that well, but oregano and dried basil. And I'm just going to mix this up, and then I'm going to make little meatballs with my small cookie scoop. I'm going to put enough for today's lunch in here, and then some in that pan, and then I'll come back and show you what I do after I get the meatballs done, okay? Okay, got my meatballs formed. I used all of the almost 3.5 pounds of pork that I seasoned with the garlic powder, salt, oregano, onion powder. And then I used, like I said, this little mini scoop. And using this mini scoop, a tip is it helps to get your meatballs about the same size, so they'll be easier to fit in your pan, and they will cook evenly. So I ended up, which I'm thrilled, getting 2 of these little pans and then a larger pan like this. Now, one of these is going to be in the freezer for Tuesday night when I have the homeschool meeting. And I may use both of these today. Depends on how hungry we are, because we'll need lunch right after dinner. Lunch right after church, and then dinner tonight, either before, probably after church. So I may use 2 of these pans today for dinner and lunch, and then freeze one, I know. But so I've got the meatballs cooked. The other 2 pans I have sitting on the stove. One we're going to eat today, and the other one actually is already ready for the freezer, so I won't show you that. I'm just going to show you how I prepared it. So after I took them out of the oven, I let them cool, and I'm going to show you why I cooked them first and then drain them, because this is all the excess grease, and a little bit is for the pan that I cooked for us, I didn't actually cook the meatballs first. I went ahead and put the marinara and the cheese on them and then baked it together. And so I had to drain grease off. This is just to show you what happens if you don't cook your meatballs first. You'll have all the extra grease, and I don't know about you, but that's not something I enjoy in my food. So the other 2 pans I cooked all the way through and then drained. And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to add this marinara. And now this is a homemade marinara. I just took 2 15, for all of my meatballs, I just took 2 15 ounce cans, sorry about that, of tomato sauce. And then I flavored this up with garlic powder, onion powder, and oregano, basil, all the Italian flavors. And you're just going to cover it up as much as you like, or as little as you like. And then I had 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese that I shredded up with the attachment to my KitchenAid, and I just divided it amongst all the pans. And you guys, I'm making a mess, but I'm trying to film and put the cheese on there too. And so, just going to sprinkle it all over evenly over the top. You can put as much or as little cheese as you want on each pan. Like I said, I just kind of divided up my 8-ounce blocks, shredded it myself, and shred it. Okay, so this is what it looks like after you get it completely ready. I'm going to move this out of the way. And now what I will do for this pan is I will cover it with aluminum foil and write on the top of it what it is and the date that I put it in the freezer. Like I said, this is going to be used in a couple of days. I'm just making this extra because Tuesday night the boys are going to eat that while I have dinner at my homeschool meeting. Now, I know a lot of people don't like using aluminum, and I totally understand that. I do think one day I may try and get away from the aluminum pans, but right now I'm using up what I have. I have a ton of them in the cabinet, so I've been using up what I had. If you don't want to do this, you could, Nate, Mom's recording. Sorry, guys. You could use a gallon-sized bag, and what you could do then is you could bake your meatballs on a sheet tray, drain them, and then put them in your plastic bag, and then pour your marinara on there. I would advise not putting your cheese mixed in. You can save your cheese at the top before you bake it. So just throw your cooked meatballs and your marinara in a bag. Use your marker again to write the name of the recipe, if it's fully cooked or all that. Which these are fully cooked if you follow my directions. So you'll just need to take them out, thaw them, put them in a 350-degree oven, and bake them. If they're thawed, probably about 35 minutes. If they're not thawed, it will take probably closer to about an hour or hour and a half. So it just depends on which way. And I hope you guys can see it. It's kind of stormy or cloudy outside, so it's really dark in here. So even with my studio lights, but hopefully you guys can see this well enough to get the idea. So I cooked one time today, and I got another meal for later in the week when I'm super busy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about this marinara meatballs. And I hope you get encouraged to see that you don't actually have to set extra time away during the week to do meal prep. You could do it at the same time as you do your other prep. And I'm going to serve this up for our lunch and put this one in the freezer. And I'm going to show you what they look like when I serve them. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you'd like to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a great week. See you next time on Meal Prep Monday.